Hello and good evening or good morning, depending on where in the world you are, ladies and gentlemen. My name is The Advocate, and today we're here for another discussion of,
Oh
of
no,
trash.
it started already.
We're here for a discussion of trash or rubbish, if you're from the UK, of House of the Dragon, Season 3, Episode 7. No episode title has yet been revealed for that, but don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about it anyway. And here to discuss with me this episode, we've got my good buddy, Grease the Cruel, whose favorite Targaryen is not Maegor the Cruel, unbeknownst to anyone who may think
up there.
otherwise. He's up there. We've got Becky Does Blog, who loves some good Targaryens and some good dragon fighting action, but only if it makes sense for the story and plot.
Of course.
Yeah. And then we've got Ricky, Voice of Old Town, who's here ready to crash out, who's been crashing out for a full week, and he's ready to crash out some more with us. So stay tuned for that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
W intro.
Hell yeah. And so, yeah, we're here to talk about House of the Dragon Season 3, Episode 7. So I think I want to get everyone's overall thoughts on the episode. So last time we started with you, Grease. This time I want to start with Ricky, since you've had this episode for almost a full week. What have your thoughts been on episode 7 of Season 3?
What are we doing, man? Like, what's going on? Like the whole thing about, we don't have any money, so we can include the dragon seeds at the gullet, and then we have this random ass fight scene between the dragons, and then Rhaenyra Targaryen, Daemon Targaryen, Adam of Hall are watching House of the Dragon with us. Like, they are the audience. Like, we are watching House of the Dragon with them. Like, I get that whole the dragons are complex thing, but making it out to be like this, like where dragon riders are actually watching their own dragons and be like, oh well, let's see how this turns out. Like, they are watching House of the Dragon. Like, I don't know. We'll get into all the specifics, but it is unfortunate. Not a big fan.
Yeah, likewise. Before we get to your guys' thoughts, I'm sorry. We have a couple super chats. Or not sorry. Thank you, everyone, for your super chats, guys. No, seriously, thank you, guys. We have Steve Holton in the chat. I believe this is to you, Becky.
Oh, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. So he says, hi, everyone. Showrunners subverted expectations with a pretty uneventful penultimate episode. Did we really need Cole on a pole? Cole on a pole? Him and Alicent Wonderland and a dragon draw. I feel like Corallis, can I go back to my cell? Do you know what? That's a perfect comment. That is perfect. I agree with everything you've just said there. So thank you so much for letting us highlight that.
And then we have another super chat here from Nicholas Valentin Padulo. I don't know who this is for.
It's I think mine.
Okay.
I can't believe how everyone is praising the episode on Twitter. Not ironically, 3 out of 10 episode being generous. Well, we'll get to that, but I'm not far off.
Mm-hmm.
All I can say is there was a lot of glazing going on Twitter, and I don't agree. Thank you for the super chat.
Why don't you expand on those thoughts, Grease? Why don't you share?
Oh, I wasn't ready. Okay, all right.
Go for it.
So, JC has copyrighted this whole thing I'm about to do. I just improvised it, but God damn, this episode was trash. I mean, what are we doing? Like, why did we waste so much budget on this nonsense? Like, I liked Aegon in this episode. That's the extent of what I liked in this episode. Everything else was just like, what are we doing? Like, Harrenhal, why? Mysaria, why? The Jurassic Park fight in this episode, why? So I don't even know what to say. Like, yeah, that's my thoughts. Go ahead, JC. Becky needs to shine some positivity or more neutral take.
Oh.
Becky, you should go first. Ladies first.
No pressure then. Okay, positivity. Positivity for this episode. I'm struggling to find something. The dragons look pretty.
Wow.
I like the dragons.
No,
Didn't like them fighting each other for no reason, but I like the dragons.
it's just a collection of events happening on screen that don't really add up to a cohesive whole. And I don't know. I think last week we said that episode 6 for most of us was our least favorite episode. I think if episode 7 had not had that, and even the dragon sequence just did nothing for me. I don't know if I think episode 7 had, I guess, a little bit more eye candy, and it had, I guess, that ending with Sunfire and Aegon, and then you had that reveal of Ulf being the traitor, the chess piece that was on Ormond's board. But if you remove those scenes, I think this would have been the worst episode of the season so far.
I think that's fair, JC.
Yeah. So
it's hard for me because they're all like,
yeah, it just kind of
but-
bleeds together into just a giant vague blur of blah. But
yeah.
And if any of you guys in chat truly did enjoy this episode and thought the dragon battle was amazing, like, we're not here to take anything away from you guys. Like, that's awesome. I thoroughly wish I could have enjoyed it as much as you guys. We're just being honest with our thoughts, and
I'll
it
personally
was
come
okay.
to your house and take away your enjoyment, though.
Ricky will
That
do
is
that.
always my goal. Like, I
He's
usually
the voice
do
of
that. I
Old
go to
Town.
people's
He knows
houses.
everybody.
I go to people's houses and take their enjoyment. Like, that is what I'm usually aiming to do. Like, whenever I voice my opinions on the.
That's how we got
voice of
JC.
Old Town
That's
stream.
why JC's a hater now.
That's
right
Ricky,
there.
Yeah,
Ricky-
certified.
Ricky the Outlaw for you. Dahlia, that is a perfect description. All action, no substance. And actually, we didn't even have that much action. It's just some action, no substance.
We got some action. It might not have been violent action.
Well, yeah,
but,
that,
I mean,
my bad.
Oh yeah, in that respect, there was a lot of
Yeah.
action going on in this
Yeah.
episode.
So, where do you guys want to begin? I think.
let's go off your notes.
Okay.
First of
Oh
all,
yeah,
Yeah, I took notes, guys. Just for those of you at home.
so organized. I wish I did
wait,
that.
hold it up. Hold on. Keep it up there. There you go.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, let's talk about Alicent. So at first, that nightmare scene with Aemond had me fooled because I was like, really? We're having teleporting Alicent appear out of nowhere? Then he woke up and it's like, oh, he's not having sex with his mom. He's having sex with Alice. Ha ha ha. Even though, they actually filmed Olivia Cook and Aemond's actor getting it on. So it's like, all right, well, that's kind of weird. But then we actually did see teleporting Alicent immediately after that. Like Aemond walks out, it's like, oh, I guess Alicent did teleport here. Oh, hey, what's going on, Mom?
Dude, just the way he walked inside the castle, it was like,
You gave me
Yeah.
GTA character energy.
Are
yeah.
you guys
So,
go for it?
sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
No, I was going to ask, are you guys in agreement that Alicent, this episode, and I mean, it's a symptom of the season as a whole, but she contributes nothing to the story. Like, she poisoned Aemond, but then Aemond is fine at the end of the day because Alice is going to cure Aemond, and then Alicent just walks out of Harrenhal. It's like, okay, so literally that accomplished Alicent's little poisoning mission, accomplished nothing in the story. She did nothing, just as how she did nothing in episode 5, where it's like, oh, I got locked in this secret tunnel of the walls of King's Landing. Oh, I'm out. I guess there was no point to that. Like, has there been any point to what Alicent has done this entire
That's
season?
her in every episode. Every
Yeah.
single episode, she has a lot of screen time and contributes nothing. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm actually rolling my eyes at her scenes now because I'm like, she doesn't do anything. And I just don't know how she just appeared in Harrenhal. Like, we've had so many people searching for Aemond in Harrenhal, and he just walks down the hallway and she's there at the end of it. Like, how does she find him when nobody else could? I just don't get it.
It's comical at this point. It's like a comedy. Like, it's supposed to be like this. Ugh. Because she was inside Harrenhal, and like Aemon was walking away. Like, what was it? Like 2 rooms, and then she spawned in. She's like, "Hey, I'm walking here." Yeah, it does. It's like, it's more, I think, a justification for the way they framed House of the Dragon. They're like, well, this is a story about Alicent and Rhaenyra, so we have to give Alicent something to do when she doesn't have anything to do in the books, and then the dance segment, and now we're forced to watch whatever this is.
You guys remember, in season 5 and 6 and 7, let's just say, more season 5 and 6, where like there was kind of the common meme where it's like characters that go to SOs, that's where they go to just like their characters become less interesting. Allison does like that for House of the Dragon. Everywhere she goes, it's just the story's terrible. Like it's like this episode, like JC said, nothing happened. We all know next episode the whole poison thing didn't matter. Like this had no relevance to the story at all. And it's crazy that we're saying that in the second to last episode of the season. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's a penultimate. It didn't feel like a penultimate at all.
No, it didn't.
Totally just realized that. Yeah, it really didn't. Wow.
I don't even know what else to say about that whole plot line. It was just so much wasted time. Like, nothing happened. It felt like another filler episode with dragons that were in it.
Same, I know. It's literally like that. It's like Aemon's sex scene with Alicent, whatever at this point, everything sucks. That's what I wrote down for Alicent's storyline this episode.
Oh, we've got a super chat from Zazman.
Oh, Zaz the Cruel.
Yeah.
Zaz, thank you for the super chat. It's time to meet Zaz the Cruel. Everybody's turning to be the Cruel. So that's hell yeah. What the heck was this episode? I literally paused at the mother-son scene and called Ryan a sick man. At some point, we have to question who at House of the Dragon, the writing team, likes the mother sex stuff every season and the sexual assault stuff every episode. At some point, we got to question it.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, Daz. I don't know what the purpose of what that even was. Like, we've already done this whole song and dance last season with Daemon. Maybe you should have listened to audiences and gone, hey, we don't want to see this. This is like really weird and adds nothing to his character. And they've repeated the same thing.
It is like a parallel because Aemon wants to be like Daemon, so he also wants to have sex with his mom. So there's this perfect parallel. So in a way, it builds this, or it creates this beautiful image. And
he nuked a town last season. I don't care.
Yeah, there definitely seems to be this fetishness for this incest mother-son dynamic. And it's very weird because it's not just unique to Aemon. Like Ricky here said earlier, we had the same thing happen with Daemon and the vision of him getting it on with Queen Emma. It's a very strange thing, and I'm not really sure what who gets all sorts of horny off of this on the writing team. But it's just like, all right, come on, guys, this is weird. Also, I had to say it, but I'm rooting for Aegon. I think, hey, you know what? Let's veer positive here for a second. I think, thank you, Zaz, for bringing up Aegon. I think let's talk about Aegon and Tywin Lannister and Larys, because I think they were the best part about this episode. Do you guys agree?
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
100%. And they tend to be the best in like every episode. Any scene that they're in just seems to be like the best. And that was the same in this episode as well. Like the Aegon, Larys, I mean, even before Larys left the squad, like even that scene when they were just chatting, deciding what to do, they just feel a bit better written as well, and the characters feel just more enjoyable to watch. So yeah, I think that's a good positive, the positive of the episode.
It feels like you're watching a different show when their scenes come up. The whole thing feels way different in terms of just the way the dialogue's written, character motivations, like characters actually seem to make sense. But yeah, JC, Ricky, what did you think about Aegon?
I liked Aegon. I thought, I liked that. Despite how I actually expected the resurrection scene for Sunfire not to happen until the season finale of the season, but surprisingly it happened at the end of this episode. But I thought it was appropriate. I've liked Aegon's little adventure here throughout the Riverlands this entire season. I've thought that his banter with Larys was pretty interesting, and then adding Tywin Lannister, who, hasn't like really shined as much as the other characters, but I thought he's had quite a bit to do, especially these past two episodes. I thought he was pretty cool, especially with his last stand with Aegon as they confront all the Mooten, the Mooten forces. It's just 2 versus 1,000. I thought that was like a really cool standoff. All in all, I have no complaints. The actors have been great. The writing has been surprisingly decent for these characters, and I look forward to seeing what happens here in the finale.
Yeah, same. I really enjoy Aegon this season, and I just wish that the whole season would have been like that, because this is a case where this is completely off book. This is completely original material what that they're doing, and it just goes to show that we would be there for it, and it is solely about what they are doing in the other storylines. And if I had one tiny little nitpick, it would be, or it would have been Chef's kiss if Aegon had his crown in that scene. I would have loved that image, but it's fine. Tomlin Carney is great as always, and yeah, really really enjoyed this transformation there, almost like Palpatine, where Mace has him, like it's like unlimited power. Really really cool.
I want to give huge props to two groups of people that I don't think get the recognition they deserve on this show: the makeup team and the poor animators who have to animate every single dragon, every single scene with the dragon. Those poor animators, they deserve lots of props. That last image of Aegon and his half-burned face, and then you have Sunfire appearing with his half-burned face. I thought that was really well. I thought it was like, okay, that's a really great like screen capture image moment right there. That's a cool moment. I respect the makeup department and respect to the animators for pulling that off.
I agree with that. That scene of those two at the end, they both just looked absolutely insane together, just both of them. And I just thought they looked perfect. So yeah, I think that was definitely the part of the episode that I'm remembering the most. Like when I'm thinking back on it, it was definitely like that scene and Aegon's speech as well. Brilliant. There's been some good speeches from Aegon and Larys in this season. I'll give it that. Yeah, that was a good scene. I enjoyed that, to be fair.
While I agree with everything you guys are saying, I foreshadowed this in previous streams. How is Sunfire even here? Like, I don't understand. Like, unless they explain it next episode. But I've been saying that every stream.
I hope they do. I hope they explain it.
Yeah.
I literally didn't. My dad asked me what is happening, and I'm sitting here going, I want you to tell me what's happening, just because you don't know what this is. And he was like, when we get to the dad review at the end of the episode, this was a major problem from him. So I was like, oh, that actually surprised me. But brother, the dragon, the only foreshadowing to it being alive is Aegon goes, it's alive. But like, how? Please, like next episode, there needs to be like an idea of like, okay, this occurred, so the dragon was alive somehow. Like if they throw out dragons can have comas or whatever, and somehow that keeps them alive, I'll accept it. Okay, even though I think that's a little fluky, but like, okay, sure. But like, if they don't say anything, I'm going to be sitting here going, okay, this is a massive plot contrivance. That Sunfire shows up. It's on the brink of death. All these people thought it was dead. It was being used as a tourist attraction, and now it's all of a sudden it can walk around and blow fire, and it's all good. That's my only thing I didn't like about it. I think that was one of the best scenes of the season, but at the same time, I'm like, this has to be explained, or else I'm going to be like, okay, what are we doing here, guys? Like, you can't just have dragons just pop out of nowhere and have no explanation when they should be dead. And we've had it reiterated to us over and over and over again. The dragon is dead. So that's my spiel on Sunfire.
Yeah, I'm thinking they will explain. Well, I hope they explain it, but I think something tells me they probably will explain how Sunfire got to where he got, because I mean he's only got one wing. I unless something miraculous happened where he was literally crawling on like one wing, those large leagues of distances that exist between where Sunfire fell at Rook's Rest and where Aegon is right now. I like there needs to be some explanation for sure.
I just don't trust the writers. Like they did the same thing with Tyland. Like he just spawned out. There was no explanation. He just spawned it. So we'll see. Again, this is more like, okay, let's see what episode 8 does, but it's just something that I knew was coming, that I'm kind of just like, I'm on, I don't know. Really like Aegon. Not so much how they've done Sunfire. It feels like we could have spent more time with Sunfire and less time with Mysaria and Alicent. Like actually foreshadow this a little bit. Like maybe we see a scene of the dragon starts with twitching or something. It's getting food or something. I don't know, but like, I don't know. Becky, Ricky, any thoughts you want to add to that?
I think like I was going to say, well, surely if they don't want like a plot hole, then they'll explain it. But I don't think they care about that really, do they? But I think because like other people have got to wonder how Sunfire is still alive. Like because inevitably people are going to learn, oh, Sunfire's alive. And like when it gets back to Rhaenyra, and everybody's going to be wondering, well, how? So surely at that point, somebody's got to come up with like some research that they've done and say like, oh, dragons can hibernate or can fossilize in some way temporarily or something like that. Surely, just one sentence. One sentence to explain it will do me. Just one sentence. Just give me that in the next episode to explain it, and I'll be happy.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think what they were getting at is probably Aegon, enraged and finally believing himself again. Is that in turn might be what activated the hibernating Sunfire, but that is cheesy and it's wonky either way. I think that's what they might go for, like this untold thing. I think that's what a lot of people are going for. Probably it's like as Aegon finally believes himself again, as he is on his way out, he makes this big speech. Sunfire is like joining him, and they have this connection or whatever. As I told you guys, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I really don't care. I was just glad that we got one character left that like constantly delivers. I'm like turning a blind eye to it.
Yeah, that's like what my brain wants to do. It's like I really love the speech. I love the actor. I love everything that happened in this episode. That's the part where I'm like, let's just force it in the corner and not think about it. Okay, just don't think about it. Just it's kind of how I felt in season 7. Becky, I think you just got to this episode where Olenna gives her little speech to Jaime. It's kind of one of those things where it's like I love that moment, but let's just not think about anything else that just happened of how we got here. But yeah.
I want to confirm real quick. If I saw earlier you had highlighted that the name of the episode is Dragon in Winter. I want to confirm if that's actually the title of the episode here. Not to say
I
that
don't know. I just threw that out there because that's what chat said.
Yeah. It'd be weird. I mean, not that I'm against the title of the episode, but yep, The Dragon in Winter. There we go. Yes. So, anyway. Well, we'll see if they explain that in episode 8. But sorry, Eric, what's up?
No, I was just gonna say I'm gonna rejoin the call real quick. I was informed my audio might be a little funky, so I'm gonna rejoin the call.
I can hear it's like I don't know if it's really loud, but I can hear like a squeakiness with your mic a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna rejoin, but continue your discussion.
Okay, cool. Well, would you guys like to move on to AV?
So what always annoyed me about the Grease goblins is that like his constant arrogance. His arrogance, like
he's so negative all the time. All he does is negativity.
It's just it's so annoying.
I'm ashamed.
And then the audio, right? Like he knew we were gonna live stream for a whole week, and he didn't prepare the audio. Like that's crazy to me.
And he's a book snob. These pesky book snobs who always criticize.
Hey, I am a book
snob.
How's it going?
What's up? Just happy birthday.
So good to see you.
We love Grease.
Have you guys heard of this book? It's really good. I actually just read like the part that the show hasn't gotten to. I can't wait to be disappointed.
Man, he came prepared. He prepared for a whole week. That is
So can I move us to talking about Daemon and Rhaena and the dragon battle scene?
If you'd like to.
Yeah, I feel the same way, Eric. Yeah, I think we were talking about it earlier. I think this dragon battle just doesn't do much for me. It's just like, and no disrespect to the people that actually enjoy the spectacle of seeing these dragons in action, and it is cool to watch. But I'm more of a viewer that I need to have an actual substance underneath why this dragon battle is taking place. For example, in the Battle of Blackwater Bay and season 2 of Game of Thrones, like you knew the stakes that were at play. Each character meant something to the story. Greasy, okay?
Oh, I'm just thinking about how season 2 is well written and just thinking about this show and the comparison.
Whereas like this episode, we have that dragon battle, and I mean, it's cool, but the foundation underneath that battle, I just... call me a cynical bastard, but I just don't feel anything for these characters. It's like, Daemon Matt Smith is doing his absolute best to actually portray this hurt and damaged father, and he's doing an actual admirable job. But I'm sorry, the script, not this necessarily the writing for his character, but just like this scene that they place him in. It's like, all right, Daemon, we really want you to really care about this Reyna Nettles, this Reddles Nana girl. All of a sudden, we want you to care. She really means a lot, and yeah, and Sheepstealer needs to die in this scene. I guess we're killing off the Sheepstealer dragon here, which kind of came out of nowhere. But it's like, all right, well, okay, I guess Reyna's, Sheepstealer's dead. Reyna's goose chase this entire season is over. Reyna's back in Rhaenyra's camp. What did this accomplish? Was that dragon battle necessary? I mean, it was cool to watch, but I didn't feel anything, guys. I'm sorry. To those of you who enjoyed it, great. Personally, I just didn't.
I mean, with 9 episodes left now, I think it is fair to take a look at it from the perspective of, okay, we cut Nettles, and what did we replace it with? And we even get like this little remark about what was it, living amongst nettles and sheep. Like, fuck you for that, because what you replaced it with is just completely devoid of logic. Like, oh, man, I could just, I don't know how or why you would do this. Why? Because now we have Sheepstealer and Reyna divided anyway. So what was it? What was the point of it? You could have just had Nettles. You could have had Reyna and Morning, and you could have just done something, at least do something meaningful. If you are gonna just replace them and make us feel for Reyna after having all these scenes, and now she's back in King's Landing, I don't expect Sheepstealer to fucking go to King's Landing and rejoin Reyna.
Are you sure about this? This is House of the Dragon we're talking about. Anything is a possibility.
I'm not allowed to talk about what I think is going to happen because it's very spoiler. But I think Sheepstealer is going to come back for something huge, and I don't know what were they thinking. Like, if you replace something as meaningful, as near and dear to the fans as Nettles, you replace it with, okay, well, Reyna has nothing to do. That was the extent of it. That was all we are in for. Nothing meaningful, nothing like, I don't care that Reyna is sad about not having a dragon. You could have had this. And actually, this would have been a very, very heartfelt and positive end game for her to then, after all the chaos, being able to hatch a dragon. Like, that would have been something that actually does something for the story, lifts it up. This is just depressing and sad and bad. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat, Danny. Appreciate you as always. But yeah, Sheepstealer is a victim of the war. Should have let Sheepstealer just do their own thing, and then Reyna stumbled upon this plot, and things went terribly wrong.
I'm curious about the casual fans, because I know for a lot of casual fans who maybe aren't enjoying the season as much, one of the biggest reasons that I'm hearing from them is that these past couple of episodes, there hasn't really been much in the way of action, like as the first 2 episodes of the season were. But I'm curious, the problems that we have with this dragon battle are obviously because we obviously have a problem with Reyna replacing Nettles and just the dynamics feeling forced. However, I do have to ask, do you think casual fans will have enjoyed that dragon battle scene that occurred in this episode? Do you think that will elevate this episode to the point where they compare it with the first 2 episodes of the season? Or do you think they also have the same problems we do, where it's like, it just, I don't know. I feel like the reason that maybe we don't like it as much is because we're comparing it to the potential that this story had Nettles been included. But because Nettles isn't part of the show and they're trying to force this Reyna dynamic, we don't enjoy it as much as maybe a casual fan who isn't aware of Nettles. What do you guys think on that?
See, but I can kind of separate Reyna from Nettles. Like, I'm devastated that Nettles isn't in it. But when I watch it, I'm looking at it as Reyna, and I just don't like Reyna as a character. Like, if I forget about Nettles, which is hard to do because she's a brilliant character, but when I'm looking at it just as Reyna, I just don't particularly like Reyna. They haven't made her likable. They haven't given her much substance, and she just whinges and moans in every single episode. So it's like, when I'm looking at it like that, like, that's my dislike for Reyna isn't because she's not Nettles. It's because of who Reyna is. So I'm wondering if other people view it like that. Like, I've never seen anybody say Reyna is their favorite character. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places for it. Do those people exist?
That's true. I guess, like, even if someone were a non-book reader or just someone who's watching this show casually, I can't imagine that there's a lot about the Reyna character that would appeal to anyone watching the show, and even this season when they've added a little bit more sprinkles of like, oh look, Reyna's super important to the plot now. I can't imagine people changing their mind on Reyna too much, but I could be wrong.
JC, all I'm going to say is, in this episode, we watch Damon tell Reyna to run, and she runs physically on her feet when there are dragons above her.
Yeah, I was like,
is she stupid? Like, oh, well, she is stupid because she also was like, hey, I'm just going to randomly go rogue and just start messing around in the Riverlands. And like, after like, 2 weeks, she's like, I can't take the exile life. I'm going to go hunt down Vhagar and just like screw my father, right? Reyna is the worst. She's up there with Alicent, of course. Alicent's the worst character. Let's not take Alicent's title from her. But Reyna's up there. Like, I don't even think it's a book thing at this point. Like yes, like Becky said, I love Nettles. I think it's crazy to me they cut Nettles because Nettles is one of the more unique characters. We have so many Fire and Blood characters that are just like another Targaryen. Cool. Nettles is like literally the complete opposite of that. And then you cut her, so you have to replace it with something better. And you've done Reyna, and the whole plot is, she accidentally like played a part in Jace's death, and now she's going to go into hiding, which makes no sense because even as we saw in this episode, Rhaenyra she's not going to kill her or anything. So what was the whole point of extending this throughout the entire season? It was just contrived, like, let's have a conflict between Daemon and Rhaenyra down the line that just makes no sense. You can't tell me Daemon is so stupid that he doesn't realize Rhaenyra wouldn't like kill his daughter or anything. When literally, oh my God, the whole season just on that function of the plot is so stupid. And then this being the payoff of just, let's have a dragon fight, guys. Why not? I mean, just
there's also this thing about Adam dragging her all this way, and then Rhaenyra is like, Reyna, and he's like, what? Like, you've just dragged her all this way. Like, what do you mean?
And why did Adam run off after her? So Reyna's like running, and then Adam's running after her. It's like, you both have dragons. Like, this would be a much quicker race if you just got on the back of your dragons. Like, why are they running?
But they
across the
can't
field?
have access, right? They can't have full control or whatever. They have to watch their dragons fight to make the point that to point out that dragons are chaotic and we don't fully control them. And so we have 4 dragon riders watching their dragons fight, which is like, I get wanting to make that more complex. I think I praised that a lot during the first 2 seasons, like first half of season 2 anyway. But I really praised that for like just a
Ricky, can I
attempt to make that more complex.
Can I cut you off real quick? I just want to reply to this guy who thinks he's a smart one. There's this little book here. And yes, I think I could make a better storyline if I just followed this book. But the writers decided not to do that. I actually would care about George R. R. Martin's opinion and not push him out. But, keep defending Ryan Condal. It's fine. Don't worry. When you get to the next season, don't worry. It'll be fine. Okay, continue, Ricky.
I really initially I really liked the attempt to make the dragons more complex, to look at it, okay, well, it's chaotic, war is chaotic, can these beasts even be tamed? But we continually have them just lose complete control. Like, we even have Sabitha Frey talking about, and the dragons are like this is common knowledge apparently, that the dragon riders are not really in charge of their dragons, when Sabitha Frey of all people is sitting at the small council and making jokes about the dragons being out of control. This is like a point that gets to a point. Like, I would have then enjoyed to have it like it is. These are dragons, this is the connection, they are fighting, whatever. Sounds simple, but it is better than whatever we just had, because 4 dragon riders watching the dragons fight. Okay, cool.
Guys, let's be fair. It was literally just Jurassic Park watching the dinosaurs fight. There was no rhyme and reason to it. It was there because people want to see it. That's it. Mm-hmm. There's no deeper meaning to it. It's just, there you go.
Yeah,
And we missed how many battles to see this, by the way, because everybody always makes the excuse of budget. This added nothing to the plot at all, and we missed and skipped multiple battles. We completely missed Daron's origin for this. So that's my piece on that. So yeah, go ahead.
Time. We've not got no time left as well for this. We need to be focusing on the important things, and this one wasn't.
Yeah, this honestly felt like a lot of just, here's a spectacle to kind of keep you entertained, but there's not really much of substance here. Just look at the pretty dragons and, give it a 10 on IMDb, you sheep. You sheep stealers.
Yeah, this comment right here. Yeah, but Damon and Caraxes did a cute head boob.
They did do it.
Oh, that was cute. That was my favorite scene. That was very adorable.
Cool. So anything else about the dragons and just about Damon and Rhaena that you guys want to delve into before we move on to our next topic here?
I just felt really bad for Sheepstealer. Like, I was like rooting for Sheepstealer in that fight. I was like devastated. I hope Sheepstealer's okay. I mean, how many times can you have your neck bitten and ripped chunks out of before you die?
Yeah.
I hope Sheepstealer's dead and Rhaena gets shipped off to a plot that we never see.
Do you think she'll get mourning in this series or no?
Probably, right? Because now Rhaena is in King's Landing and she's gonna be sad all up until the end, and then
it's like, here's the dragon.
We get this. Here's a dragon. Like here's McDonald's. Just shut up. Fucking
Justice for Sheepstealer, right at dawn. Ricky, I like how you called mourning the McDonald's version of Sheepstealer.
Yeah, it is. Like, compared to a wild dragon, like in concept, that's crazy. So much that you could do. How does that function? Is she able to gain, like, have her fucking train like something? No, I have to kill Vega. It's gone.
Yeah, it's just it's a missed opportunity here. That's what's most disappointing about it. There's a lot of potential that was left on the table, and they didn't do anything with it. So anyway, guys, is it okay if we move on to the next topic that we have here?
100%. Get us off this topic, JC, please. Save us.
Cool. All right. The next one that I have here is, let's see, we already talked about Alicent, talked about Aemond. Mysaria and Rhaenyra. Do we want to talk about that?
Getting them hard hitters, them good plots.
So, like,
just irrelevant.
Here's the deal. I think people are going to confuse any potential disappointment that we might feel and call us homophobic or whatever, because that's what happened. Season 2, episode 6, Rhaenyra and Mysaria kiss, and everyone's like, "Oh, like people are just." Yeah, sorry, Chelsea. People are gonna think like, "Oh, like only homophobes hate this stuff," and it's like, okay, first of all, that's a straw man argument. That's stupid. I am not against, same-sex relationships. Saying, if it's done well, I like any relationship. If a relationship is done well and it makes sense within the context of the story, I am all for, whoever and whatever. Everyone's face. Oh yeah, the forbidden. We're opening a Pandora's box right here, Matthew. I'm sorry.
To be fair, there's only so many plot lines, and most of them aren't good. So you gotta talk about it at some point.
Yeah, and so this relationship or whatever, it just doesn't work. There's nothing here that hinted that I know what they're going for. What they're going for is that Rhaenyra can't turn to Daemon anymore because she's now upset. She thinks that Daemon might betray her. She can't trust Daemon, and obviously Mysaria has kind of slipped that seed into her brain that Daemon can't be trusted, which is what has it differently, but similarly what happens in the book, only with nettles and whatnot. We appreciate you being so calm about. I'm trying, Chelsea. It's like I'm about to snap right here. But here, this scene, I honestly think it was just included for just horny HBO executives who just wanted to see two hot chicks make out with each other and have sex with each other, which is unfortunate because it's like, if there was an actual story reason behind their lusting over each other, then that'd be one thing. But this is just like, hey, like we just need to insert this hot sex scene between these two hot women. Just put them on there, make them have sex with each other. It's like, all right, I mean, we could be using the screen time for something else that develops the story further, something else that moves the plot forward, but I guess we're doing this. All right. Someone's horny in the writer's room. I don't know what to say. Grease, any thoughts?
Whoa, I've been yapping a little bit. I want to hear what Ricky and Becky have to think about Mazaria and Rhaenyra's storylines.
It's just
I would've-
irrelevant.
Yeah.
Such a nothing burger. Like you could
Exactly.
have had her. I don't know, because they were setting it up that Mizari is now playing the game. She's talking to the Towers, and you could have had something there, and maybe she's like playing Rhaenyra, but now they just let's get it on. I don't know. None of this will matter in the end. It's just testing the waters if they could do something like that with Alicent and Rhaenyra. That's why it's there. It's like, is this cool? Oh no, we're gonna get 7 trillion dislikes from Saudi Arabia or whatever it was from like episode 6 last season. It's really whatever.
Yeah. I mean, like, let's go back. Like, obviously, they had the relationship in season 2 for one episode. That's it. They haven't expanded upon it at all. It's just been
Which
one
came
episode.
out of nowhere.
Yeah, even then, we were kind of talking about it like, I was kind of out of nowhere. Like, I didn't hate it, but it was, I feel like, remember when us three were talking about it, like, it was just kind of, it was there, It didn't deserve the hate bombing it was getting at the time. And back then, I liked episode 6 quite a lot. Now, not so much. But, again, it's just, we've gone over a whole season and there's been no development of this relationship at all. So then all of a sudden you have Rhaenyra who's yelling at Mazaria about like manipulating her or whatever. It kind of feels like a Viserys Otto scene. But then you have Mazaria who then manipulates Rhaenyra and then they have sex. And you're just like, I genuinely wonder, like, who is writing the romance in this? Like, this is just not natural at all. Like, it's just, oh, Rhaenyra has problem with Mazaria. Mazaria just goes, hey, well, that's cool and all. You're so great. Let's have sex. And that's it. It's like, what? Where has any of this, the tension? And it goes to the same idea. Like, we kind of glossed, we haven't talked about it yet, but like they did the same thing with Adam and Baela, where it's like, even in this episode, Adam and Baela have this moment and you're sitting here going, why are we creating this love triangle of Baela, Adam, and Alan when almost like Baela and Adam have no screen time at all? Like, all of this feels so underdeveloped. And then you go back to the kiss in the last episode, Alan and Baela, why are they making out? I have no idea. It's the same idea of Mazaria and Rhaenyra in this episode.
Yeah, there he is. I was waiting for you. There he fucking is. Saves the day every time.
Thank you, Bartimos Saltikar, for
Justice
bringing levity.
will be brought. We'll
Becky,
hang the
anything to add?
false
Sorry.
claimant Torn Mandalay.
It's probably a good thing that Bartimos Celtigar is not in this episode. They would have ruined his character. He's sitting in the background. Just
Oh
chilling
my
with
god,
Watchtower.
no, there he is. There's Torn Mandalay in chat.
Oh my god, it's been done. It's been done.
Torrin, we need your coin. Where's the taxes? We need what happened to Coin Bowl? What happened to the taxes here?
We need to get these two in a Discord call, and then they can like rationalize their tax policy.
Imagine, man, dude, I'd rather watch that against another episode of whatever this is, man. It's like...
Okay, in chat, Torrin and Bartimos, give us your tax policy.
Coin bowl. It's happening.
You know what? Okay, wait. We've been pretty negative. I will say, I like Rhaenyra a little bit. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say more, but I like that. Like, she's feeling like they're progressing a little bit. Like,
Or it's about time.
Even though Helena in the first scene of the episode, it kind of felt like I don't know if Rhaenyra would really do this. I do feel like, okay, maybe the pressure of ruling is getting to her. I do like that we saw a little bit of like progression of that character. I'll throw that out there. Emma Darcy does amazing as always. So like,
Oh yeah.
there's that. That's my positive of
I
the episode. There you go.
That you might be a dreamer. Helena's like, wow, they know that. They just
And
said,
there it goes. There it goes.
Whoa,
I tried to say a
mind
positive. Chat, I tried to say a positive, and they shot it down in 3 seconds. So don't blame me no more.
I agree with
It's
you.
like,
I agree
it's
with you. I
like,
thought that scene was good.
thank
but-
you for telling me, Rhaenyra. Like,
Well,
I
what I
have
like.
these endless. Sorry,
No, go for it. Go for it. It's
I have these endless fucking nightmares. Thank you, Rhaenyra, for telling me that I have these endless fucking nightmares. Like you see her being haunted. Like I like the concept of we are inside Helena's head, and then it transitions into whatever this is. This would have been a cool thing, if not for the White Walker cameo without the White Walker this time, like the storm rising. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, this is not gonna happen. And fucking Arya ninja jumps to kill the Night King, so you fucked it over. Yeah, I don't need to be reminded of what it was.
Thanks, Ricky.
Ricky, what are you doing?
it's the positive section of the video.
What are you
of the live
doing?
stream, Ricky? What are you doing?
Oh my god.
No, I agree with you, Eric. I do think the little
Whoa,
like
whoa, hold on, JC, hold
Okay,
on.
okay,
we
okay.
gotta just.
Shit. I am so sorry.
I can't tell if he was trolling
I-
or not.
That's a troll. All right, move on, JC. All right, move
I
on.
don't-
Next spot
I
line.
don't know if it's
No,
like
no,
the
no,
person
don't
who told
linger
me
on it.
that
Don't linger on it.
Samuel
Just,
Tarly is on the Iron Throne at the end of it.
I don't even know what Ricky said. Just keep going.
wait, Becky, we didn't hear your thoughts on Mysaria and Rhaenyra and that dynamic.
Oh. This is the annoying thing, is that it's so hard to critique something with a sensitive topic, because then people come at you saying that you're offensive.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like we just want the scenes to make sense. Like I liken it to, like we've already said, like the Alan and Baylor scene. It doesn't make any sense. It's random. It's out of nowhere, and it adds nothing to the plot. And that's the exact same with Mysaria and Rhaenyra. I think they just throw in scenes just for a bit of like not a shock effect, but a bit more of like juiciness. But it just doesn't really add anything. Like I'm just waiting for the gay scene. Like where's the gay man scene? I want one of those now, because we've ticked off the boxes of everything else. We've had the gay woman scene, we've had the mommy son scene, we've had the random characters that have never spoken to each other scene. Like I would quite like gay man scene now. If we could have
Well,
that in the finale, that would be good.
Oh, you haven't noticed, Becky? You haven't noticed where they're going? It's gonna be it's not a love triangle between Adam, Alan, and Bela. It's gonna be Adam and Alan.
Brothers!
Brother cest.
Oh,
Gay brother.
brother gay scene! Oh my goodness, that would be perfect. That's
brothers,
perfect
brothers,
for
brothers,
them.
brothers. They've not shared a scene and had dialogue the entire season. Adam and Alan have not talked about this newfound dynamic between one's a dragon rider and the other is now like the leader of House of Valarian. It's literally acting as Hand of the King. They still haven't talked, by the way. And we've had the 15 Alicent scenes that completely can be removed from the show, and the show continues to like carry on.
No, you don't understand, Eric. Grease, you don't understand. Alan's going to use Corlys' finger, and then what he's going to do is going I'm going to stop right there.
Oh, fuck off.
What is happening? Okay, let's circle back. Let's circle back. Okay.
That would make
So-
more sense than the other plots in this show. There's more consistency there.
A finger in the bum? Is it back?
Oh no. All right, chat. We've gotten off the rails a little bit. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna circle back to Becky's comments about, we don't hate it just because it's a girl on girl action, okay? I would say for most of us, some of our favorite characters are Gwaine. And Gwaine is like said to be possibly gay. Maybe he is gay in the
Yeah.
show. We don't know. Gwaine is literally my second favorite character right now. So if you think it comes down to homophobia or something, you're just off the rocker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll send it back over to JC.
That was a touching moment, though, where Gwaine was kind of reflecting a little bit back on his deceased Kristen Cole friend. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, was there like a little bit of more that like maybe he had a crush on Kristen? I was like, oh, it's kind of cute. It's a little nice touch right there for Gwaine's character.
Oh, I would have liked a Gwaine Kristen scene. That would have been nice. Bit of eye candy for the women. Come
I
on.
mean, I know you would have. Yeah, we all know you would have.
Kristen Cole's only got eyes for Millie Alcock and Olivia Cook. All right, let's just shut that down real quick.
I get
Okay.
it. I get
Gwaine,
it.
I can see it from his side, but Kristen Cole, okay, he's got eyes on other fish. Okay,
Yeah.
he's got that little handkerchief or whatever. he's a lockdown man. Okay, he's in a relationship. Thank you very much. All right, and he died a loyal man.
Hey, that didn't stop Rhaenyra though, isn't she?
We don't care about
infidelity?
Rhaenyra. She's a terrible character.
She's
okay? We don't
married.
care.
She's there just cheating on him in every single episode.
Let's be fair to Rhaenyra. Daemon also, in his youth, okay, he's a little promiscuous, okay. So
But he wasn't.
Rhaenyra,
He wasn't with Rhaenyra then.
well,
But he was with someone, wasn't he?
The
You
Bronze
know
yeah,
what?
Rhaenyra
Baelor.
is just a cheater.
Relationships don't matter in
Yeah.
this show. They just all
Yeah.
cheat on each other. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship in this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've actually kind of like reversed the book, which is actually kind of crazy. Rhaenyra is the cheater now, not Daemon. Kind of wild, actually, when you think about that. But
That's character development.
yeah,
We did miss this beautiful, glorious comment from Bartimus Celtigar.
Of course
He
we
was
did.
proclaiming himself a claimant of the throne, and we missed that. Just wanted to let you guys know that we missed greatness. We were there for
Oh, sorry.
amazing things.
how dare you? I put Barty Most Celtigar's
Sorry,
comment
sorry.
up there, and you click something else. Oh my!
This is what
I'm
happens
sorry,
when
Barty Most. I tried. I was a loyal subject. Don't behead me. So behead me. I tried.
Ashley, you. I mean, I wouldn't. Well, not
The
sure.
actor
I'm
for
s-
Adam's an attractive man.
Yeah, you. Yeah. I'm just kidding. All right,
Jordan, I do love Renly Baratheon. Before we move on the tangent of the Mysaria Rhaenyra stuff, Renly Baratheon's a great character.
he does have a nice peach. All
Every
right.
time I
any-
make
Which
something
they've cut.
positive, they make a joke
Which they
out of it. You see what happens to me, chat? Every time I try to be positive. This is why I'm always negative. Right here.
anyway, any other things you guys want to discuss on the character of Rhaenyra or the character of Mysaria before we move on?
I'm so glad we got to see Aemon's brothel mother in this episode. That was pretty cool. Totally preferred that over I don't know, more Aegon or I don't know any
You
other
don't
thing.
get
more
it.
interesting.
You don't get it. We need this this scene. So whenever XYZ happens, we had this scene in the throne room. How the fuck
Mysaria is the character
is
of
that
all
lady in the throne room?
Are you talking about where Aemond is holding the hand of Alice and Alicent at the same time, and Alice and Alicent are both?
Kumbaya?
No, JC, we're talking about the sex worker that Aemon would do his therapy with. She was in the throne room.
Oh,
with
the
Mysaria.
mommy,
Yes.
mommy brothel.
Can they just
Yeah.
bring anybody into the throne room then? Can you just get any old randomer? Why? How is she even in there? Can you if I was Miss Arya, could I just grab somebody off the street and be like, "Come look at the throne"? How did they get in?
I think so. Yeah, I think that the implication is just that Mysaria is in a position of power that she can grab anyone. But
Apparently
yeah, it's
not.
weird.
Because the sex worker called her out and said she had no power. And Mysaria was like, well, shucks, she called me. I don't got any power.
All right,
so
all right.
glad to have you in this room. Oh well, there are so many guards, but I can't do anything about you. I know you're gonna spread word and create tension everywhere in the city, but I can't do anything about that right now. The plot tells me that I'm gonna be cool with it. It's like, what are we doing? Why? And the scene dragged on for what felt fucking 700 minutes. It was like, and you, have you forgotten with your beautiful costume? And Mysaria is like, I did not forget. I am trying to make it better for everyone. It's like, oh my god, it took 700 minutes. I remember being like, okay, oh, okay, I guess not. Another angle. Wide shot. Okay. Yeah.
Brother, the brothel worker goes to literally her only in to anyone with any type of influence or power over hey, let's improve the conditions of the city. And she literally told Mysaria to fuck off. Brother, do you understand how to get any change done? Yeah, maybe sometimes you got to suck up or whatever you got to do, but why would Mysaria care about you now? The only person you know at court. You're in the throne room because of Mysaria. That is literally her power.
All right. Well, moving on.
I can't wait for the next great plot to come up.
Actually, I think the next plot that I have is the last one that I wanted to talk about. Unless you guys want to talk about anything else like Adam Allen. It's just this episode is essentially just a bunch of little things that didn't really move the plot forward. It's just quite a bit of nothing with a dragon spectacle there in the middle of it. Personally, in my opinion. But the last thing I wanted to talk about is Ulf being Ormond's chess piece, his secret chess piece. Thus, it is revealed that Ulf will be the betrayer who will turn on Rhaenyra. I'm conflicted on this. So on the one hand, I do like the reveal that Ulf is Ormond's chess piece. However, and again, I'm separating the book from the show. I'm not trying to, I mean, by this point, the book and the show are two completely different things. Like anyone who's still on the side of like, oh, well, it didn't happen like that in Fire and Blood. It's like, oh, Fire and Blood died long ago. It's not Fire and Blood anymore. This is fan fiction. But anyway, one of the things that, and again, this is I think this is just unrealized potential that disappoints me. I think I was upset by this because I think I would have much preferred had Ormond revealed his ace in the hole, being Ulf, being the traitor, at the very end of episode 8. And I don't want to speak too much on this because this is spoilers potentially for next episode. I don't know if this is where the next episode is going, but Ulf is a betrayer. Yes, that happens in the book. I think it would have been better for this story had it been a true surprise and shock in the season finale when a specific event happens, potentially in the season finale, as opposed to it being just kind of casually, nonchalantly dropped here in this episode where it's like, oh, yeah, you've been with me all along. Remember that time that we talked about you getting that castle? And he's like, yeah, I want Honeyholt. It's like, oh, you'll have more than Honeyholt. You'll have Spice Town. And it's like, oh, you guys have been having this conversation for a long time now. That's great and all, but I felt a little bit deflated. I think, again, I would have personally preferred had the reveal been a sudden shock at the end of episode 8, as opposed to them discussing it here that they've been talking all along nonchalantly. What do you guys think?
I agree. To be fair, I found it not underwhelming, but just a bit indifferent. I was just a bit like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Kind of expected it anyway. I think if they just kind of, because obviously it feels like there has been quite a lot of time that has passed, possibly, like, I don't know how much time exactly that Ulf's been on like Ormond's side-ish for. So I was a bit like, oh, I wonder how long he's been like kind of plotting against the Blacks then for. Because it maybe would have made sense if like the Daemon kind of assaulting him in the previous episode, if that was like the last straw, and then that's what made him turn over to the other side. So I'm just kind of thinking in my head, what are the timelines? Like, when did Ulf decide to start kind of being that traitor? But it makes sense to me. I mean, he wasn't allowed to go to the pub. Like, that's enough to drive any man to madness. So it's completely valid from Ulf's part.
No one ale with the lads.
R.I.P. our boy Ulf.
Yeah.
Ricky, thoughts before I go?
Bartimos Celtigar. No, nothing for me. I like the scene. I thought they really made him out to be quite stupid, like the way he said, the last time we met, you said you would give me a castle. It's like, oh. Like, this guy has 2 brain cells and suddenly finds himself on the dragon.
A hater all of a sudden. Hey, dude, just because the guy
I like him, but he's stupid as fuck. Like,
what a hater, dude. Ulf's just trying to live his best life, and here comes Ricky. Oh, this guy's just stupid. Okay, he didn't grow up without an education. He had no education. Okay, let him be. Okay? Stop coming after my man. Okay, Ulf, he's one of the better characters of this season. But my question I really have is just based on the conversation is like, okay, when did this start happening? Because like, did this happen? And Becky kind of alluded to this. The timeline is so like, we don't really know when these things are happening. Like, is this weeks from when the last episode happened? Or is this a day? Or is this a couple of days? And like, you obviously don't need to go, oh, 2 days later. But like, there needs to be like an implication of time has passed. Like the early seasons of Game of Thrones did this really well. So my question is like, okay, did they start having these conversations right after the Daemon confrontation? So like in between episodes? Or like, is this thing that was going back even further? Because this was happening before he got assaulted by Daemon. I'm going,
Yeah.
Why didn't Ormond? There's two things I have a lot of questions of. One, why would Ormond even go and talk to Ulf? Right, like he has no indication that Ulf would be unsympathetic to him whatsoever. It seems suicidal that you would go up to a dragon, and you like. And then the other part of it is like, okay, from Ulf's point of view, he could literally end his whole watch thing. He could end his whole, oh, I don't want to be at this hill all night long. I can go back to the pub, pick Ormond up on the dragon, and bring him back to Rhaenyra, and the war's over. So I have some questions in terms of like, when did all of this happen? And they very much purposely leave it vague because you're not supposed to think about it. But yeah, I think they've set up Ulf well enough to that I think his betrayal or whatever he's going to do in the next episode makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with Becky. I think the timeline, I think Daemon punching out Ulf was definitely the straw that broke the camel's back that led Ulf to Ormond. But I don't know. I think I would have liked if there was some, I mean, obviously they don't have to reveal the answer to us, but I would have liked like some implicate, like some hint, like maybe Ulf receives a raven at some point in like episode 2 or 3, like some point beforehand where it's in our thoughts or mind that like, oh, Ulf is communicating with someone. Who is he talking to? And then we have this reveal here that like, okay, it's been going on for a while and makes sense. The story has been building up to it, as opposed to just kind of, happening here and it's being like, oh, remember that time that you promised me that castle? Oh yeah, good times. And it's fine. Like I like the idea. I like the bullet point itself. I just I'm disappointed because I think there was so much unrealized potential that the show could have delved into that they chose not to.
Yeah, I agree with you, JC.
Yeah.
I just think it feels like it comes almost not out of nowhere because like they have done the leg with Ulf's character.
Yeah,
It just feels like the connection there because like somebody brought up like it explains, oh, how come then all these people that are moving out of Tumbleton, why haven't they been burned to a crisp? And that's a big complaint I've had. And so it can kind of like explain that. But then you're also thinking, well, Hugh and Ulf are doing shifts. So is this also happening with Hugh? And if that is happening, well, okay, when did that start to happen? Well, like, so there's so many questions that the show doesn't.
We don't know about that yet.
Well, no, I mean like in terms of like the same thing applies. This isn't spoilers. Like if somebody's going to explain like, okay, why aren't people being burned to a crisp when they leave Tumbleton? Well, Hugh's not doing that either. So what's going on here? Like, and that's my big problem is it just kind of feels like it's thrown in there to be a plot twist. And it feels like there's so much more they could have developed here that they chose not to do throughout this season. Like how much more interesting would it have been if we would have seen Ormond and Hugh or Ulf or whoever is at Tumbleton throughout the season? Like instead of just, oh, we have one conversation at the end that alludes to previous conversations.
Yeah.
It could have been really interesting is if you see like Ulf where he's being treated a certain way by the Targaryens, and then you see it on the flip side, you go to Ormond and you see how Ormond's slowly manipulating him throughout the season. Like I just feel like there was missed opportunities with this. And so I'm kind of like you, JC. I kind of feel underwhelmed by it, but like I understand Ulf's motivations. I think he overall has been a better character of this season.
Oh yeah, especially when compared to season 2, where it's just kind of Ulf the Sot. It's like, all right, well, it's not really much of this character that is likable. Whereas here he's had a little bit more to do. The actor has, so it's been good.
Agreed.
Yeah. I think those are pretty much all the main plot points. Did you guys want to talk more about Ulf, or shall we move on?
I have a huge thing, but that's spoilery, so I'd
Yeah.
say let's save it for the end.
Yeah, so do you guys want to do... I think that's all the things I had for episode 7 as a whole. So I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys want to do spoilers for what happens in the next episode, or did you want to do final ratings and then move on to spoilers? How do you guys want to do this?
So Ricky, I want to bring up one thing we haven't really talked about too much before we go to spoilers. So we spent a lot of time, not a lot of time, but a moderate amount of time with Helaena. We saw a lot of visions from her.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think about Helena's storyline overall? We hinted at a little bit with Rhaenyra and Helena's scene at the beginning, but there was a lot more there.
We finally saw Dreamfire. Is that her name? Is that her
did.
name? Yeah, we saw her. Have we ever seen her? I don't remember that kind of character design before. It felt new.
Very briefly in season 1. It was like it looked more like Drogon and Viserion and Rhaegar, who all looked the same, but they it looked really close to what we saw in Game of Thrones, but this is like a proper reveal.
Yeah, I don't know what I have to add in terms of Helena. I mean, I was actually expecting more from her this episode. We saw a couple of her visions of like things that might potentially happen in the future. You know, we saw snow. It's like, oh, hinting at the White Walkers again. Here we go. I was actually expecting. I was like, okay, I'm preparing for an other to show up, and another surprisingly didn't show up. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But moving on now, I guess. But I was waiting for it. I was like, oh, are we doing this this White Walker dream again? Is that where this is going? But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to add. I guess she had a vision of her giving birth to Maelor.
I was just going to say that, JC, because somebody
Mhm.
just commented it. So when we saw that kind of in the trailer for this season, was it all just a dream? Like, does she like? So she's not giving birth. Like, I don't. That's kind of put a spanner in the works.
It's trailer bait.
Trailer bait.
Maelor base.
So, yeah, with Helena, it's interesting because they kind of showed like an idea of like what Helena's life could be, you know, in the future, where she has children and maybe the White Walkers come, the others come, or something along those lines. And again, I feel like we're gonna have to wait till the spoiler section of this, but I feel like they kind of just didn't go far enough for what they needed to set up with this episode for future events. It kind of feels like, okay, yeah, like, oh, Helena, this is the life you could have, but it's going to be maybe taken all away from you because of the White Walker threat, like her dreams and how that might be impacting her overall as a character. It just feels like a very underdeveloped, like Bookman Jack says. We get references back to the chickens.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to see how they wrap things up in episode 8 with this season, but I feel like that'll be definitely a spoilery thing. But before we move on from Helena, because we actually didn't really talk about much of the Corlys Ormond plot in this episode, Gwaine and Daron.
You
as
were
well.
right. Almost, but you were right.
I'm always right, or kind of right.
right about Corlys.
Yeah, because I predicted he was gonna like get his hand taken because of like
Oh,
him
yeah,
being
yeah.
hand of the king,
Yeah,
but it was
yeah.
actually his finger. Close enough.
A
Same
finger in the
idea.
bum.
Oh, okay. Referenced twice in this stream.
Yeah, I guess Corlys is a prisoner of Ormond Hightower now, and this is off book, guys. We have no idea. Well, at least I don't have an idea of where they're going with this storyline. I'm a little bit confused here. They might be merging it with something else. I don't really know.
Unwind Peak and Corlys merger incoming.
Would they? Unwind Peak and Corlys?
With 9 episodes left, are we really in for like the
Caltrops?
culprits? Caltrops culprits, sorry.
Brother, that plot does not exist. Okay.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
book
yeah.
over here does not exist in the show. Okay. If you're a book fan and you're trying to predict from this book, just stop. Okay. You'll save yourself a lot of disappointment.
I think the big bullet points will still happen, but the stuff around the bullet points is completely changed, radically different. And even the big bullet points have different context around them. So, yeah. But
Yeah.
Becky, do you have anything to add about Corlys?
Or Ormond.
Ormond.
Oh, he had a nice dinner and then got his finger cut off.
That's true.
But I'm glad he's alive,
Yeah.
because there was a part of me that thought, oh, is he going to die? Oh, nope, psych again. So, yeah, he's just the guy who keeps psyching us with fake deaths. But I'm glad he's alive.
Yeah. Yeah, because we were thinking he might potentially be dead after, getting kidnapped and potentially shanked by John Roxton last episode. And then no, he's alive and well. It's just a
He
prisoner.
just turns up at dinner, having a nice meal. Cozy chat.
and he doesn't drink. It's like, oh, he's a good pregnant lady. He refuses to drink. I was like,
It's very inspirational for all pregnant women.
Oh yeah.
Represent.
heck yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much to add for Corlys besides I personally have no idea where his story could go. I'm at a loss.
We're gonna have to say that for the spoiler section, I guess. Even though
I
there's
know
no
where it goes.
spoilers to go from there. I know where it's going, but all I gotta say is, oh, it's a third reference in this stream, dude. What are we doing? Stop.
It's my favorite show character, Euron Greyjoy. Do you
All I
guys
gotta
want
say,
to?
no, hold on, JC. Before we get off the
Yeah.
core list topic, I want to say a positive before I dive into some negative. I
Mhm.
did like a little bit of the Daron and Gwaine talk. I usually like when those two characters interact. I like the
Yes.
progression. We're starting to see it. Daron questioning Ormond and him trying to rationalize through it. It is what Ricky predicted like 5 episodes ago, where it feels like we're going for the very cliche Daron and Ormond archetype. But yeah, so I like that aspect. I like Gwaine's character. He's a Chad in this show. But the whole Corlys stuff is just crazy. He went from being like my favorite character of this season to a character that just he's off the screen, he gets kidnapped, and now he's lost a finger and he's literally irrelevant to the plot. And I'm just like, what are we doing? This is really the way we chose to go with the character that has a fantastic actor, has a fantastic dynamic with Rhaenyra. We could have seen him more with his children. But no, we've chosen to go, hey, he's off the screen and he gets one scene in which he just sits there and goes, how dare you talk about my wife? And then it cuts away from him. And I'm just like, what could
That
have
is
been?
that is true. Like the first episode, there was hints of like a potential bigger storyline with Corlys because Rhaenyra
Yeah.
refuses to legitimize Adam and Alan. So we're thinking that like, okay, maybe there's potentially going to be dissension between Corlys and Rhaenyra. It's going to lead to something down the line, and then Corlys just disappeared off to Spice Town.
Killing the Triarchy!
No Triarchy were in this episode. 0 out of 10.
That's
That's
true.
right. No
And-
Barty Most Celticar. That's a double whammy.
So he just disappeared, and it's like, all right, I guess Corlys is just, I don't know what I'm more disappointed by. Am I more disappointed by season 2 Corlys that was in front of that shipyard for it seems all 8 episodes and didn't do anything, or if he's here, it's like, oh, I'm gonna have a moment, and then I'm just not gonna do anything for the rest of the season. I'm like, all right, well, I don't know where I'm more disappointed by, the fact that he didn't do anything in season 2, or the fact that he may have done something in season 3, but as of to this point, really hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on Corlys, guys, and his finger?
There's many
Well.
things we could say about his finger. Which finger was it? Do we know which one? He had the ring on, so which one do they wear that one on? Which one is it?
You know what? If you guys keep talking, I'll find out here in a second.
Not that it matters that much. I was just
I'll
curious.
rewatch that section and figure out which finger it was.
Which, the
These are
finger
the
scene.
important details that we need to
Yeah,
know.
we gotta dive deep. We can't just always be negative.
This is a deep analysis. We need
Yeah.
to know what finger it was.
While you're looking for that, Eric, do you mind if we
Yeah, you do your thing.
before we delve into spoilers, do you guys just want to do your final ratings for the people here in chat who are not familiar with Fire and Blood? We'll talk our final ratings and then we'll delve into some spoiler predictions for episode 8.
Yes, sure.
I can't remember what I rated last week's episode.
5.5.
Oh, thank you.
I rated
Sure
the
you're
same
not-
thing. That's how I remember.
Okay. I was going to say you were fast then. I'm trying to think what I would rate this one.
It's really hard, isn't it? Because like
Hmm.
some aspects I feel are actually worse about this episode, but then I don't know. But then there's like a few scenes here that I think they kind of try to make this a half decent episode. It's really hard. It's really hard. Ricky, what would you give this episode, Ricky?
A 5.
5?
Which is 1 point above last week's.
Okay. Oh, you gave it a 4 last week. That's right. I think,
Yeah.
yeah. What about yourself, Becky?
I think I enjoyed it slightly more than last week's. I feel more negative about last week's, I think. So I think if I rated last week's a 5.5, I'll probably give this one a 6. Because I think the Egon scene at the end really brought it up for me. And there were like other elements that not enjoyed, but there are elements that I laughed a bit more. Like it was comical, like the incest scenes, they just made me laugh. But that's not the intention. But I think because of the entertainment, it made me enjoy the episode a bit more because I was laughing with disbelief. I think for that, I have to rate it a bit higher. So I'm going to give it a 6.
A 6? That's fair. That's fair. So HBO used to have this edict where like they had to show like a nude scene once every 10 minutes. That's not the case anymore. This is just really weird Epstein Island HBO execs that had that rule. But maybe some of those Epstein Island freaks are back and they're like, now we have to have an incest or like an incest thing happen every 10 minutes in this House of the Dragon TV show. Cool. I think I'm going to be a maester and I'm going to revise down my rating from last week. I gave it a 5.5 because I think this episode is a 5.5 for me, but I like it slightly more than the previous week's episode. So I'm going to revise my episode 6 rating down to a 5, and I'll give episode 7 a 5.5 out of 10.
What's going on, Eric?
Well, yeah, what's up, Eric? What you doing over there?
Brother, I'm trying to like deep dive, and they never show this man. Oh wait, hold on.
Found what hand it's on?
Okay,
We just need to know what finger he lost.
Okay, on his left hand,
Mm-hmm.
it is
The ring finger.
yeah, 100%. It's his ring finger on his left hand.
Oh, like his wedding
If episode
finger.
5, if episode 5 is actually like canon, because I had to go back to episode 5. Episode 6 didn't show
Oh.
up that well.
Wow, you did homework, dude. You did your work. You went all the way.
I tried my best, dude. I deep dive. Okay, I tried my best.
Well, how many fingers out of 10 do you give this episode, Eric Grease?
Let's see. This gonna be a tough one. So there's a 4, and then there's like a 0.5. So 4.5. I gave last episode a 4. This episode's like slightly better than the last episode. Which is crazy to think that because Aegon's scenes in this episode were so great, it's just everything else
Yeah.
was just garbage. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. We've said it throughout the live stream. There wasn't much I enjoyed from this episode besides Aegon's storyline. Everything else was just, I didn't really enjoy much. I'll do a dad's rating. This one shocked me, guys. This one shocked me. I had to ask follow-up questions for this one because it surprised me.
Mhm.
My dad gave it a 5 out of 10. So I wasn't very far off from my dad. And he's never read Fire and Blood or anything. So he's a casual. He's a filthy casual.
Is that his lowest rating this season?
Yes, that's his lowest rating I've ever heard. Like a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, House of the Dragon. I asked him specifically why did he give it a 5? And he was like, well, the Aegon's dragon comes out of nowhere. Like, how did it get resurrected? He basically was like, almost everything in the show doesn't make any sense. Things just happen to happen. So it's like, oh my gosh, you're becoming me. This is great. So
You've influenced him.
yeah, I will say I was a little bit more vocal in this episode. I usually kind of reserve myself and I don't react, but I had kind of a season 8 reaction where I was like, didn't like that. That was silly. Why did we do that?
Yeah.
So maybe he was influenced. I don't know, but 5 out of 10 for the Unk rating and 4.5 for myself.
Did Unk like the dragon scene?
No, that was actually something he didn't like,
Wow.
which I was really surprised by. I thought he would
Yeah.
just eat up that dragon stuff. But he's like, none of this makes any sense. So yeah.
Cool. Well, do you guys
all I
want to
can say.
move on to episode 8 predictions real quick? And this is we're probably going to do spoilers from Fire and Blood. I think there's no other way we can talk about this without spoiling Fire and Blood.
Yeah. I think we need to go to
Let's
Ricky because he's been hyping something up
Oh,
before
yeah.
the stream
Okay.
started about one of his
This
predictions.
is very spoilery for the end game, but
Oh.
now.
Oh, wait, hold on.
In this episode,
Before you go on, spoilers.
Tune out if you don't want spoilers.
yes.
So
Spoilers.
for sure.
3, 2, 1. I think because they even talked about joining up in a fight against Aemond in this episode, I think that they will change the Battle of God's Eye to, I think Sheepstar will be involved in that. Because it ran off. The dragon had this moment with Daemon. Daemon watches the dragon go away, and we won't see the dragon. It will appear probably in the Battle of God's Eye out of nowhere.
I wonder what happens there. So, full book spoilers, guys. In the book, during the Battle of the God's Eye, Daemon has a duel with Aemond. Daemon flies out. Read the text. Read the glorious Bible that Eric is holding up.
Hold on,
the-
I'll give you
the
a
biblical
picture, guys.
text.
Hold on. Let me find a picture while you talk, JC. Continue.
So in that Battle of the God's Eye scene, Damon essentially beats Aemond in a duel. He jumps out from his, it's a really cool moment. He jumps off from his dragon and slashes Aemond right through his sapphire eye, kills Aemond. And so then I think Damon unbuckles himself from Aemond's seat, jumps back onto his dragon, and Aemond and Vhagar fall into the God's Eye River. And so Damon, as he's falling down to the ground, is that the God's Eye battle dragon right there? Or is that Rook's Rest?
That's the God's Eye.
Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah.
There you go. Continue talking.
And so then Damon dies, but it's hinted that Damon may have departed from the God's Eye scene. He may have survived the battle and departed with Nettles, where he and Nettles live happily ever after at some far off destination. And so if the show is going that route with like Damon and Nettles, they might try to play up something here with Damon and Rhaena, where maybe Damon survives the Battle of the God's Eye and he flies off with Rhaena, somewhere far, far away so that they live out the rest of their lives. And that's why maybe Sheepstealer appears in the battle. But that would be really interesting, Ricky, if that happens, because it's like, okay, well, Sheepstealer didn't die in this episode for a reason, so there must be a reason for why that happens.
And they had this moment where Damon didn't want to finish the dragon, and then maybe Sheepstealer got the notion of that, and so she helps out when Aemond is destroying Damon. And then we have I don't think they'll change the big thing which you just mentioned, the stabbing of the Sapphire Eye and stuff, but I think Sheepstealer will be involved in that battle somehow.
Yeah.
I agree.
Why?
Someone
so
said the show's
famously
fire,
known
so
for being
there
a
you go.
1v1.
Enjoy.
Yeah, I would be disappointed
There
if
you
it goes down that route, Ricky. I would prefer a 1v1 duel. I think it'd be more poetic that way. But cool.
Becky, any predictions on the God's Eye?
I agree with that because they've been showing Aemon's eye a lot more in this season. So there'll be some significance, like his cool kind of jeweled eye. That'll play a part in it. But yeah, I think, to be fair, I agree with your prediction. I think Sheepstealer will definitely come back. Otherwise, there's no point in leaving them alive. And I think that's how. And then as well, because obviously, like you say, Nettles doesn't exist, so Damon can't run off with Nettles. But he did say in this episode that he wanted to be a better father, or he made some kind of comment to Rhaena saying about, I should have done more, been a better father, something like that. So it's like by him running off with her, he's like being a better father figure to her, kind of, and that could be what their storyline is.
I still think the Green Men are gonna be involved in something with Damon, because why include the Green Men apart from like being, I read the book.
That's exactly why it's included. The same reason we got the whole Miriam Martell in the last episode, or episode 5, I guess.
There was something this week too where it was like, I can't remember what it was, but there was something in this episode too that was there to show like, I've read it. I'm a big fan.
Let's be honest here, Ryan Condal. If you've read the book, you don't care. I know you don't care, but that's okay. But yeah, I agree with you, Ricky. I mean, I predict personally the Night King's going to make an appearance, or maybe Aemond becomes the Night King, and there you go. That's my theory. I have no faith at all. So, yeah.
What happens to Alice?
Well, if we're going off of Fire and Blood spoilers, she's going to have possibly Aemon's child, and then she'll maybe have a situation where she gets taken care of. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know about in the show. They don't seem to care too much about like the after effects of the dance, given where we are in the story currently, and we have 9 episodes left.
That's right. We only have 9 episodes to finish the story, and at the pace it's going, it's like, all right, well, are we going to be able to cover all this stuff that you guys want to cover through these last 9 episodes? I don't know. So, one thing I do want to talk to you guys about, is it okay if we move on to...
Sure.
So, I do want to talk
about...
has
anything else she wants to say?
Yeah. What's up?
About predictions for the finale. Actually, I think my main prediction is that Helena's going to die. I think Helena's going to die next episode. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
I don't know how they'll do it, because there's like different theories, and obviously the her giving birth thing being a dream kind of changes that. But I don't think it'll be far off the book version. I don't think it'll be far off that.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. That's something I was alluding to when we were talking about non-spoilers, is like, what are they going to do with Helena? Because I feel like in this episode, they didn't do enough to like, if for say they go with what the book, even George R. Martin has kind of confirmed this himself with his Not a Blog post, that she, big spoilers, that she kills herself. In the book, this seems to be prompted by the death of her son Maelor and how traumatic that is, and all the events that are happening here. Like, you don't really get a good sense of what is pushing Helena to that. Is it her, wanting to be free and having her own life? But even in this episode, they try to say that, like, oh, the White Walkers are going to come anyway. So if Helena is to achieve this ideal family, she has children, she lives on this farm or whatever, she has chickens, whatever she wants, that the White Walkers are going to take it anyway. It seems like they're leaning more into the idea that, oh, Walker invasion or the others is going to crush Helena's future or her idealized future. And that what might be pushing her to where she's going to be, mixed with the situation she's in. She's a captive. Rhaenyra is not treating her maybe the best, pushing her to what are your dreams or whatever. I don't know. I just don't feel like they did enough in this episode to show me why Helena might do certain things she might do in the next episode.
Yeah, I would have liked more screen time for Helena, because if Helena's last episode before she dies is truly going to be the next one, I would have preferred to have seen more screen time from her in this episode to really get the fans invested into her character. Because really, we've only seen her for these couple of scenes where it's like, she has had a little bit more to do this season compared to previous seasons, but I still don't feel like we have, like she doesn't have the screen time that the other characters do. And if they really want us to care about her death, I really feel that they need to give her more screen time. Now, the direction I do think they're going, so I agree with Becky. I do think Helena's going to die next episode. But the direction that I think they're going, and this is something that I saw in Greece in your comments section for the last episode, is where Helena is actually going to give birth to Maelor, but it's going to be maybe like a stillborn birth, or she's going to lose the baby. Something will happen to the baby. Maelor will die. I guess poetry, because he dies in the book. Ha ha ha. So he dies in the show, and it'll traumatize Helena, and that's what will drive Helena to throw herself out of the window. And if that's the direction the show wants to go, that's fine. I just would have preferred if we had gotten more screen time this episode, or even just the season as a whole, in order for us to build our investment in the character of Helena, so that when that moment does come, we care more for her death, rather than it just feeling like, okay, well, this character that we barely saw, she died. I mean, it's sad, but not as sad as it could have been.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I also don't think that she'll end her life while she's still pregnant. So she's got to lose the pregnancy. Like, there's not a chance that would be her death, or the reason for her death, if she was still having the baby. So I'm sensing dark things from her in the next episode. So I feel like we'll get a lot of screen time from her, unless they do a Crispy Cole and have it all happen in the first 5 minutes of the episode. Because I was fully convinced we were going to see so much of Crispy Cole in that episode, and we literally saw 5 minutes of him. So otherwise, I'm expecting we'll see a lot of Helena next time, but who knows?
You're still salty about that one, like Kristen dying at the beginning.
So underwhelming for me, but I'm in the minority with the opinion, as my comments have led me to believe.
Nah, it's fair. It's a fair opinion to have. Ricky,
any thoughts on Helena?
Yeah,
me and Jason were in sync there, but
yeah.
Well, at least someone's finally talking to her about her fucking dreams, because Damon had that whole moment in season 2, and he didn't care to talk about what happened. So I guess I don't see the baby being fine. It could be what drives her. But then George said that there was no apparent reason for her suicide, so I don't know if they changed that, and then that's
I think they changed it.
Maelor. So I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be something like that. It's such a mess. It's such a mess. I don't know.
This definitely reeks of like maybe originally Helena was going to die for no reason, and then when George pointed that out, they like changed it to cover their tracks, being like, "Oh, look, George was being crazy. She actually died for some reason. She died because her,
Mm.
we're assuming that it's because Mailer is going to be born dead or something, and it's going to cause her depression." So, yeah.
Mm.
Actually, there's one thing I do want to discuss for next episode. I haven't seen the trailer yet, and I don't watch trailers for the episodes. But I'm not as cool as Becky, who does the trailer reactions for the next episode. So I don't really know what'll happen next episode. But do you guys think that Tumbleton will happen next episode, and that'll
Yeah.
be when? Yeah.
Yeah, it has to
Yeah.
be.
Okay.
Also, I do want, before we move on from Helena, one thing, because we talked about this a lot in the last stream, is there's a shot in the trailers of Alan with like a funeral procession. So we talked a lot about, could that be, the fallout of Tumbleton, whether that's Corliss or Adam. Do you think that could be Helena? Like, is that maybe foreshadowing to Helena? I'm not sure. Like, because here's the thing: if that scene is going to happen, you have to assume this Helena stuff's not going to happen until the midpoint of the episode. Because to have a follow-up scene to that, I don't know. It's one thing because we know some character has to die because it seems like a funeral procession. I wonder what they're going to do with that. Like, how far? Like, when are we going to start with Tumbleton? I think is the question, right? Like what you just posed, JC. I personally think that's what the season's been building towards. We have Damon's army in the Riverlands marching towards Tumbleton. You have, even in this episode, the preparing for Tumbleton with the Ulf stuff. So, yeah, I wonder what they're going to do with that. And even since we're in the spoiler section, somebody, I believe it was Matthew, asked about, what are they going to do with Hugh? Hugh hasn't had much of that screen time since last episode. He was not in this episode at all. What are they going to do with his character? So, just in general, what do you guys think about Tumbleton?
I'd like to say one more thing about Helena and the funeral procession, because I think based on that random ass scene that dragged on forever, there has to be some payoff to that immediately, because that's why they felt to include that scene. So I think it is going to be Helena's funeral procession, and then the crowd is going wild, and this is like the spoilery, or like this little glimpse at what's happening in season 3. So I expect that to take up quite a part of the episode. It's like the tension brewing, Helena killing herself, then the tension brewing up, and then the crowd going wild. And yeah, Tumbleton is probably going to end the episode, because I don't rule it off that Corliss dies, because let's be real, in 9 episodes we're not going to go far into what happens if we even get to the Hour of the Wolf, and then the silly, oh, I took a bad step and fell down the stairs thing, which I think is a stupid death anyway. But I think they feel very free in changing things that they're not going to get to anyway. So I think Corliss might die.
Efrent, yes, I do think Ormond will die next episode.
I think that's a great question. Like, what do you guys think Daron's role is going to be? Given that they've strayed so much from what his origin is, do you think Daron will have a factor? And if Ormond does die in the next episode, is Daron going to have a factor or some sort of role in that? Just throw that out to you guys. What do you guys think on just kind of that, just in general? Because given where the first Tumbleton goes and where that storyline goes, we're very different from where we are in the show.
Yeah.
What do you think about that storyline in general?
Becky, you want to go first?
I agree.
No clue. He'll play a part, but I don't know what. I don't know what they're doing with his character. I mean, he wasn't even meant to be a character, Daron. He was forgotten about until this season. So he'll do something.
Is that true? Is it that they didn't originally intend to include Daron and they only included
it felt like that. It felt like it because, yeah, he was just never ever mentioned, never ever referenced. And then all of a sudden he was name dropped a couple of times in season 2, and now he's a fully fledged character. So I just felt like they'd forgotten about him and then thought, oh, we should probably cast somebody for him now. That's how it felt like to me. But I don't know what they're doing with his character. I mean, I don't want to say dare on the daring, but he was a little bit daring in this episode. You know, he asked a question at the table against Ormond, and that didn't sit right with Ormond. So maybe they're going to give him a reason to deserve the title Dare on the Daring.
I mean,
just, you know
in
what?
true House of the Dragon fashion, they could have a scene where he is on Tessarion and he's like, "No, Tessarion, no!" And then Tessarion burns Ormond. That could also be like a continuation of, well, the Dragon Riders are just fully incompetent.
Accident Gate, another dragon accident, another accident that accidentally kills the character.
Agreed. Go ahead, JC.
So it's confusing because this is kind of uncharted territory here because again, the show is by this point so different from the book. At this point, because obviously we have Tumbleton 1, which is where Ormond Hightower dies, and where we have Hugh and Ulf turning their dragons on the town of Tumbleton, killing everyone in the town, which, if the show is going to follow course with that, will mean the end of Hugh's wife. And then we have Tumbleton 2, where Daron dies, and Adam Valerian, Adam of Hull, dies. And Grease, you actually messaged me yesterday about this, how you reread this portion of Fire and Blood, and you found Daron's death to be disappointing in the book. And I wholeheartedly agree with you. I do think Daron's death in the book, where he just kind of dies kind of off page, off screen, it's like, oh, he just got burned. It's like, okay, well, I would have liked to have seen that actually happening within the course of this amazing dragon battle where Adam Valerian comes to save the day. If they're merging the two Tumbletons, I could see Ormond and Daron dying tomorrow, but I think now, after watching this episode, I think I'm convinced that Tumbleton 1 and Tumbleton 2 are two separate things. So I think Ormond will die tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week. Ormond will die next week. Hugh and Ulf will join Team Green. And then season 4, maybe we have that storyline where Daron truly does desire to ascend to kingship, and then he dies, maybe with more character agency than he died in the book, by dying in a spectacular battle of the Second Battle of Tumbleton.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't see Daron dying next week. I don't.
No,
I think he's a season 4 death. I don't see him going next week.
Yeah. Just for context, people maybe haven't read the book. The way these characters die in the book is, I believe it's Roddy the Ruin kills Ormond. He has his arm slashed off.
Yes.
Ormond, and he also kills, is it Ormond's son? Or no, he kills another Hightower. I don't remember what the name of the guy was, but
and Gwaine is dead by this point.
Yes. So they're in a really different part of this because, for instance, Daron, like Becky mentioned, I don't think Daron was meant to be in the show. There's no indication in the early season of season 1 that he was ever going to be in this season. I think it was very much that the fans were like, where is Daron? Where is this character? And they put him in there. Or maybe they hadn't thought about, oh, well, Daron's a pretty crucial part of the dance. We kind of have to throw him in. I just don't think there was a plan for this character. So obviously, I agree with you guys. I don't think Daron dying next episode makes any sense. He's barely a developed character at this point. It wouldn't make any sense. He hasn't had a character arc yet. So, I don't think Daron's going to die. But I think Ormond, I think it makes sense for him to die in the next episode. But I don't even know because at this point, like the book and the show are so different in terms of, I put up D. Charles's comment earlier. Like, are they just going to combine Tumbleton 1 and 2? Like, are we going to have some combination of events between both of those battles? But yeah, Rohit super chats. I don't know if this is to me or to any of you guys, but this is to me. Rohit says, "Hello everyone, love the stream. I have another question for the panel. I know Grease's opinion on this, but briefly, what is y'all's opinions on the Mad King play leaks from viewers who've seen it?" So I'll leave this to you guys. Do you guys want to tell your opinion on the Mad King play, the leaks that have come out, or if you don't, this is spoilers for the play?
I'm just so jealous because it combines my two favorite things in the world, which is like theater and A Song of Ice and Fire. And I think it's half canon, and some stuff is probably added drama, and some stuff like we previously discussed, Eric, like Benjen being involved with Lyanna and stuff, and knowing about John is canon. But yeah, I'm just so jealous. Becky, are you going?
No, it's far away from me. Too far away. But I don't know how long it's on for, to be fair. Is it done or is it like on for longer? I say it's far away.
Couple weeks.
I say it's far away. I mean, compared to you guys, it's not far away from me. So that was a bit ignorant of me, but it's still like a while away to get there. So probably not, but I've seen some of the leaks. I need to continue listening to Grease's live stream that he did on it. So just a shameless plug for Grease's live stream. Go watch that if you haven't already. But I know that you talked about the accessibility of it and it not being very accessible for like anybody else to watch it unless you actually go, which I agree. Because if you're gonna give like book canon like theories and things, or like information that you can't get unless you go to that screenplay, then it's a little bit difficult for other people worldwide to get that information, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I also do want to clarify before you go on, Becky. I made that stream before they made the posted like, okay, this is like, oh, some of it's canon, some of it's not canon. I went under the assumption like George had been heavily involved in it and it was like very much canon. It's a little bit more up in the air after that live stream, so I just want to point that out. But
also, someone said Brits think driving 45 minutes is a long way to drive. I'm pretty sure it took me at least 4 hours to get there. So, and that feels like a long way to drive for me. But 45 minutes isn't far. I go to the supermarket for 45 minutes. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about, though. Like the state I live in, it would take me more than 4 hours just to get to the top of my state. Not even the United States.
Yeah, that's insane
crazy to think about.
Because that's like across the country for me.
Yeah.
But that's like a state for you. Like that blows my mind.
That wouldn't get me anywhere in the United States. It'd just be a little tiny part over on the map.
From all the reviews I've seen about the play, it seems like the play is absolutely like beautifully well put on, very well acted. It's like a 10 out of 10 play. I'm very jealous. I really want to see it. Apparently the production values are just off the charts. Like there's a lot of puppet work. I'd be really, really interested in seeing it. I think out of respect for people in chat, I'm not going to spoil any of the leaks. If you guys want to find, what exactly happens, definitely tune into this guy's live stream, his VOD, where he talked about he talked about the play and all the leaks. But I want to see it. I have faith that they'll do like an HBO Max, or maybe like what Disney Plus did with the Hamilton play. They'll have they'll show the play on HBO Max or a streaming service of some kind where you can watch the play on a streaming service and kind of watch it that way. I have faith that they'll do that at some point down the line, but for now, yeah, man, I wish I could see it in person.
All you guys need to know, chat, all you need to know for all of our channels, if you're an N+A enjoyer, sucks to be you. All right, continue.
Yeah.
Also, thank you for the super chat, Rohit. I feel like I didn't give you your appreciation for that, but thank you for that, Team JC.
Yeah, no, going back to the train of thought, back to Tumbleton, if that's okay with you guys. There was a comment I saw earlier here where someone said, I lost the comment here, but someone said that they think that that Tumbleton 1 will happen the season finale, and then Tumbleton 2 could be the season premiere. I don't agree with that, and the only reason for that is because if Daron is going to stay alive through to season 4, I feel like he would need to stay alive longer than just the first episode. But what do you guys think on that? Like, well, first of all, do you think Tumbleton 1 and Tumbleton 2 are going to be two separate things? And if so, like, how far down the line would Tumbleton 2 happen into season 4?
I definitely think 2 separate. I think they'll be separate. So one of them next week. I don't know how far into season 4 the other one would be. I mean, if they wanted to start the season off with a bang, they could do it. I mean, they could do it in the first episode.
That's fair. I don't know. Like, I'm so done with predicting this show based on the book that I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I think we'll have a better picture after tomorrow's episode, or not tomorrow's, next. I'm doing what JC was doing. Next week's episode, we'll know fully what they did with it. Like, did they combine elements of the first and the second, or did they what did they do? Because depending on how that goes, like, we might have a whole different like plot line than the book, so that we might not even have like this quote unquote Tumbleton 2 at all. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see on that.
Do you think Daron will be the one to kill Ormond Hightower in the finale?
I don't think he'll be the one to kill him. I think he'll overcome Ormond. Like I think he'll defy Ormond. He'll come into his own. I just don't see like what's the avenue of which Daron kills Ormond. Like I can't really fathom how that happens.
I mean, what if Ormond kills Gwaine, and then that's the last thing that pushes Daron to do something?
Okay, my question would be like, okay, well, how do we get from Ormond then killing Gwaine in like an episode? Like there hasn't really been any setup to that. So like I think that Daron will play a role in the upcoming episode that defies Ormond, but I think that Ormond will still die, not necessarily specifically from Daron's hand, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I have got to use the restroom, guys, so continue on, but I will be back.
I think that's pretty much all the thoughts I have on the finale and predictions. Do you guys have any other predictions that might potentially happen next week?
Not really. Not really.
No.
I'm interested to seeing how they approach Tumbleton and if it drags on into season 2. That is precisely like the main thing. Helena, I've just given up as a character since that whole astral projection thing. I don't care. Just bye.
Yeah. I don't really have any other. It's difficult predicting the show again because it's just so different from the book. And even the things that we're predicting, I find myself being like I am. So I don't want to discredit everything that the writers have done. There are certain things that have personally worked for me. Like I do like Becky mentioned, I do like Daron and Gwaine's storyline. I have liked the stuff with Aegon and Larys. I don't know what those Aegon, Larys, and Tyler will be doing in episode 8. Maybe they'll be going to Dragonstone finally for, their big meetup with Rhaenyra at some point in season 4. We'll see. But there's just a lot here where I'm just not. I don't know. Maybe I've become like you, Ricky. I've become a cynical old man.
Come on. I had so much hope for the show. I think it like just gradually went downhill. And there was a lot of credit and a lot of when people were really criticizing it, I was always saying that we haven't seen the full picture, and now in a lot of instances we did, especially with Nettles. Like just this, you have to replace it, otherwise it's not just about them not doing the book thing. It's just you just replace it with garbage, and then it's garbage. Yeah. But
oh, sorry.
I was just about to say something about Chris, but he's here already.
Why is it that every time I leave, you guys try to yap about me? Okay, I have my headphones on. I can hear what you're saying. I got the gist. Ricky's just mad. He's salty. Okay, move on. Becky.
It's just demoralizing. I feel like I'm not as negative as you guys yet, but the transition has been apparent in the past few live streams, so we're getting there.
Okay, but Becky, you say that, but you rated like this episode a 6, and you're one of the most positive people I know.
Yeah, I haven't had any high scorers really, have I, in this season? I think for me, like I'm like gaslighting myself into believing that we've still got loads of episodes left. Like it's like we literally have the season finale next week. It's like I should be a lot more miserable than I am because this was not a penultimate.
It's really crazy to think about. Like we have less than a full season left. Like in terms of Game of Thrones season 1 or the normal seasons of Game of Thrones. Like we have 9 episodes left. Like we're technically in the condensed ending of the series now. It's really crazy to think about.
Yeah, this didn't feel like a penultimate episode. I mean, maybe what they'll do next week might feel like a finale, but I don't know if it'll feel like a finale episode.
Sorry, I meant to put this one up. I thought this was very on the nose for Becky.
Maybe.
But tush.
We're all allowed to. Oh, baby, because
yeah.
Took you a while.
Lovely. Yeah, I'm tired. I don't know. I feel so just like I
Tired.
watched.
How do you think Becky or Jay or Ricky feel?
You all
They're
want to
tired.
talk.
No, like
I'm
just
very
like
tired.
no about like this show. I'm just like
Yeah,
I'm
I know,
tired of
I
this
know,
show.
I know.
I'm like I feel like Ricky. I feel like Bilbo. He's just back, in the Shire writing his book. I'm not spoiling anything for book
Ricky
2
is
or
old,
3,
so miss that
Becky.
stuff.
I only talked about book 1. So I just like I just want to rest. I want to retire like Bilbo. Just write my book.
Yeah. Yeah.
This House of the Dragon show, it's fine. It's decent. It's been fun talking with you guys. It's been decently entertaining, but I don't feel any excitement for it. There's some stuff that I'm like, yeah, this is cool, but nothing makes me excited to watch the finale. Nothing makes me excited to wait 2 years until 2028 to watch season 4. I feel done.
Well,
Boy,
it's a sad way to end the stream.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
all I'm gonna say is, you guys that were on my channel in season 2, you saw this coming. Okay, there was a bad reaction in episode 8 for a reason. Okay. Yes,
Thank you, Matthew.
That's why you're the goat mod. Well, you're not. Sorry, you're not actually the goat mod. Ashley's the goat mod, but you're in the conversation. Okay.
Yeah, so anyone else have any other thoughts before we call it a stream? This is a sad. I'm sorry, Lady Forlorn. I'm sorry.
We've really put a downer on it.
Lady Forlorn, all I'm going to say is, you want to see a sad stream, go watch season 2, episode 8's live stream. Okay. Yes, there was a lot of madness. Okay. But there was a lot of sadness there too.
That's my favorite video ever. Like, honestly, any time that I just feel depressed about something, I'll watch that video and it'll give me a sense of perspective that actually I don't have all that much to be sad about, because you guys were very, very sad in that live stream.
Becky, for the people that watched my members only video of my review, because I didn't used to do public reviews of the episodes, those people know how sad I was after the live stream ended, and then like the anger rolled off and it was just sadness sitting in my basement going, yeah, I don't like this episode anymore, or I don't like this show anymore. It's crushed my soul and dreams.
The
Anyway,
live stream
guys.
is on Grease's channel and mine as well, I think.
All of ours
It's
that were live streaming. It was me, Ricky, JC. We were all live for season 2, episode 8.
Yeah.
I
That was
think.
fun.
Were we? Wait, no, Ricky.
No.
No, it was just on my channel. So yeah, it would just be my channel.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm yapping about.
Well, anyway, guys, on that depressing note, come tune in next week at same time, same place for our stream on the House of the Dragon season 3 finale. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for those videos. That's true. You should watch that stream on season 2, episode 1. He's got that excitement, that youthful exuberance in his eyes.
Please don't go watch the YouTube short where I say season 2 has every right to be the best season of House of the Dragon, and it was going to be fantastic and great, and I was so hyped.
I told you guys before the stream when I released my season 2 screeners review, I said that House of the Dragon continues to be in very good hands, and now here we are. And it's there was a whole 4 episodes that I didn't see back then, to my defense, but yeah, it's come to this. We're cooked. Olivia cooked.
Where Olivia cooked.
And we don't even have Millie Alcock to save us anymore. It's just over.
Sad day.
Sure.
Anyway, guys, should we close this out?
Yep. Wrap it
Cool.
up.
All right.
Wrap it up.
Like, comment, and subscribe to all of our channels. That's Grease the Cruel at the Grease Goblins. Becky does blog at
Here, I'll help you.
there we go.
Whoa, that's up close and personal.
At Becky does blog, and then we've got Ricky the Outlaw at Voice of Old Town. So yeah, come and me, the Advocate, at BookTube Advocate. So come like, comment, and subscribe to all of our channels. Watch all of our content. Do not watch our videos. Watch them all the way through. You better, if you know what's good for you, and
Or you'll die.
And don't forget coin bowl.
Or you'll get taxed, like by either one of Tormund Manderley's taxes or Bartimo Celtigar's taxes.
Bartimo Celtigar.
And for all the people that are going to leave hate comments on our live streams, Well, here's the thing. Okay,
Leave
that's
him on-
more
leave him
of
on
a
Becky's.
reflection on yours. Whoa.
Please don't give me any more, please. I can't deal with any more.
All I gotta say is, okay, you're just a sad person. Okay, it's okay. It's okay that you have, your own problems and you're mad that you're taking out it on us and you're taking it as a personal attack that we don't like your show. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not really sorry, but how about just
Wow.
leave it on my channel, because I'll actually clap back. Okay, just leave it on my channel. If you have a problem with Becky or JC or Rick, just leave it on my channel. Okay, and we'll address it. Okay,
Actually,
and I'll make fun of you on the live stream.
you can comment on my channel. I welcome it. I'm like, oh, thanks for the algorithm, love guys.
Mm.
Engagement.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, it's been good seeing you guys. See you guys next week for the finale. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy, and we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.